Welcome to the state of Nevada's 66th observation of Veterans Day. Veterans Day began as Armistice Day in 1919 on the first anniversary of the end of World War I. Then, in 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a bill proclaiming November 11th as Veterans Day. This ceremony is intended to honor and thank all of those who served in the United States Armed Forces, whether they fought in combat or served during times of restless peace. But this is a Veterans Day celebration unlike any ever seen in Nevada. 2020 has been a challenging year to say the least, and one of those challenges has been the disruption of time-honored military and veteran observations, such as Memorial Day and Veterans Day. But while this year has brought changes, one thing has not changed. Men and women of courage and honor continue to serve so that their families and their neighbors might live free. To ensure that we continue to celebrate our veterans and those actively serving, even in the face of a global pandemic, we are honored to present this virtual Veterans Day celebration. For most of us, a virtual event simply will never be the same as coming together with family and friends on a beautiful autumn day to watch a Veterans Day parade, to see the bands, the drill teams, the veteran and military formations, the flyovers, and the many fun community entries. But we will all come together again. We'll come together to celebrate the almost 250 Nevada veterans and those currently serving in uniform. Until that day, I am extremely grateful to all of those who helped make this virtual celebration possible. Our celebration will start with the posting of the colors by the Washoe County Junior ROTC Brigade and the singing of the national anthem by Mr. Shane WHITECLOUD of the Sierra Nevada Veterans Healthcare System, followed by an invocation by Chaplain Jerome Washington. We will then have comments by Governor Sisolak, the Consul General of Korea, military commanders to include Major General Barry, and many of Nevada's distinguished veterans and their supporters. We will end with a medley of U.S. military service songs. Now, if you are able, please rise and join with Nevadans across the state as we render honors to the flag of our nation.
Left, left, right, 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 left, mark time, march, left, 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 right, 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 left, 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 right, color guard, halt, right turn, march, freeze it, arms,
oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God of compassion, grace, and mercy, we thank you for the many blessings you have bestowed upon this grateful and mighty nation. As we take time to honor our veterans today, We thank you for their selfless service that they have exemplified in their courage. We thank you that when they were called upon, fear had no place in their hearts, but they willingly heeded to their call of service for our freedom and for our nation's cause. We thank you for their unwavering devotion to service and duty, and that we may never be found without our freedom and our liberty. We pray thee that you bless them abundantly, more than we can ask or think, for the hardship they face, the sacrifices they made, and the troubles they may have endured. Help us heed to our call in supporting our nation's heroes, their children, and their families through our deeds, our care, and in our charitable service. Almighty God, though we are paying homage to veterans today, we take a moment to ask for your continued protection upon our servicemen and women who even now guard the gates of freedom that you have blessed us with today. We hold those dear to us who have paid the ultimate sacrifice and laid their life down for their brothers and sisters. Their life and their service is not in vain. As I close, we pray thee that you look over those heroes who are missing in action and those who are held prisoner of war. These and all other necessary blessings we ask thee. Amen.
Good afternoon. This is Governor Steve Sisolak. Today on Veterans Day 2020, we recognize and honor the men and women who have bravely served our country. I am honored to be able to record this virtual message in honor of this important day. Every Veterans Day is special, but this year's marks several important dates to include the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II, the 70th anniversary of the outbreak of the Korean War, the 30th anniversary of the outbreak of the First Gulf War. Some of the veterans on this video today served us during World War II and the Korean War. We honor you today. Many others served in Vietnam and other smaller but no less deadly conflicts following the end of World War II. We honor you today. Yet others served in the Gulf War or in the ongoing global war on terror. We honor you today. Maybe you served in U.S. Armed Forces, but not in combat. Instead, stood on watch on the knife's edge of peace. We honor you today. We recognize that you assumed the risks involved when you signed your name on the dotted line, swearing an oath of allegiance to your nation. You are a true hero. We honor you today. To every single one of you who chose to wear our nation's uniform, today we recognize the service and sacrifice and your families made on our behalf. We owe each of you a debt we know we can never be repaid. We honor you today. We are fortunate to have many true heroes to celebrate today, with the knowledge that some of America's heroes never made it back home. We honor and remember them today. This is a day we get to say thank you. Sadly, COVID-19 has forced changes to many of our planned in-person Veterans Day celebrations. To protect those who protected us, I am happy to participate in this video to celebrate and honor all of Nevada's veterans. Our very security as a nation depends on our service men and women. Even after returning home, Nevada's veterans make our communities stronger. Veterans have skills, education, and deeply ingrained core values that help our communities. They become more productive, more secure, and more empathetic, and of each other. We are fortunate that so many veterans call Nevada home, and I'm committed to ensuring that as a state, we support those veterans who supported us in our time of need. Veterans then and veterans now have taught us that maintaining our freedom is not without cost, commitment, or risk. Still, the brave men and women in uniform have demonstrated time and time again, there is no threat we cannot meet, no challenge we cannot overcome. Today we give thanks to them for all that they have done and for all that they continue to do in service to our community, our great state, and our great nation. Thank you to all of Nevada's veterans. We honor you today.
Honorable veterans in Nevada State, this year marks the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II and the 70th anniversary of the outbreak of Korean War. I would like to give my deepest appreciation to all heroes of the World War II and Korean War veterans. Thanks to their devotion and courage, Korea recovered her independence and is now a thriving democracy with economic prosperity, as well as a rock-solid ally of the United States. The U.S.-Korea alliance started in the battlefield, and since then, our alliance of nearly 7 decades has grown from one-sided military dependence to comprehensive strategic partnership. After the Korean War, we always have sided with the U.S. in Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and elsewhere. On behalf of the Korean government and people, I want to extend my utmost gratitude to veterans, friends, and family members. Your courage is an inseparable part of not only American history, but also the history of Korea. Thank you, and God bless you all.
When I think about Veterans Day and what it means to me, the first word that comes to mind is those who served, those who were willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice, those who were committed to giving back to this country. It starts off with patriotism, what that means in your inner core about this country, the longest running democracy in history, and your willingness to defend it. It also means those who love this country, the United States of America, all 54 states, territories, and the District of Columbia. It all matters, and all people matter. And then it also means a commitment to serve, to give back, service before self, selfless service. That's what Veterans Day means to me. If you're to have a great country, you must have great members of the military who are willing to do whatever it takes to defend and protect the United States of America. Veterans Day is a time to honor and reflect and uplift those who gave so much to make us who we are today. Battle-born, battle-ready.
On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, an armistice was signed between Germany and the Allies, effectively ending the Great War. This day became known as Armistice Day. It wasn't until 1954 that Dwight D. Eisenhower signed legislation into law renaming Armistice Day Veterans Day. On behalf of the men and women of Nellis Air Force Base, to the 208,000 veterans in the state of Nevada, thank you for your service, and thank you for your sacrifice and everything you've done wearing the cloth of our great nation. God bless you all.
Hello, my name is Irma Hall. I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force, serving at the Pentagon for my tour of duty. I'm very proud to have served in making it up for people who in the military were not able to complete their tours of duty due to the wars. And I love it that they celebrate each year a Veterans Day so that we can all feel that we did the right thing at the right time.
Veterans Day to me it brings back many memories of all my fellow Marines that were left behind, and my heart goes out to their families. I've always wondered why God spared me. Evidently, He had bigger plans, and I'm still looking. But I'm thankful. My heart goes out to the families that lost loved ones in Korea. Most of them were my friends. I miss them, but one day we'll rejoin again in heaven.
Hello, my name is Tom Waters. I am a veteran of the United States Air Force. While November 11th, Veterans Day, is a day to honor and celebrate our nation's veterans, we need to emphasize that it is not a day of mourning. In that vein, I want to provide some facts and also explain to you why I am proud to be a veteran. I must say that I am proud because of all of my brothers and sisters who served before me, with me, and those that are still serving. I'm also proud of the support system we left at home in the form of family, friends, and other patriotic Americans. And I'm proud of the fact that our nation has this day dedicated to our veterans as a day of celebration and honor. Most Americans profess to truly love our veterans, especially on Veterans Day. And while their feelings are usually sincere, it's important to remember that veterans are defending our nation's interests 365 days a year. The heroism that has been demonstrated time and time again by veterans from the American Revolution to the global war on terrorism is sometimes unnoticed by those who enjoy the security that their sacrifices has provided. While I'm proud to be a veteran, I can't ignore the Gold Star families who have to live without the embrace of their loved ones. With that said, I still miss my younger brother Melvin, who joined the Army and went to Vietnam right after high school and was killed 10 days after his 19th birthday in 1965. He was a proud soldier. And I, like so many other veterans, don't consider ourselves heroes. We're just regular Americans doing our jobs as soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen in defense of our country and its ideals. Please understand that recognition and thanks are important, but our debt to these heroes of our nation can never be repaid. But our gratitude and respect must last forever. It has often been said that without our veterans, Americans would be speaking Russian, German, or perhaps Japanese. Perhaps, or regardless of which view of alternative history you take, we do know that without our veterans, America would not be America. Fewer than 10% of Americans can claim the title of veteran. Far less than the 1% of our population that is currently defending us in the global war on terrorism. We can do better. We must do better. Veterans have given us freedom, security, and the greatest nation on earth. It's impossible to put a price on that. As we honor and celebrate these heroes of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I want to ensure that we never forget their service or their sacrifice. We must remember them. We must appreciate them. They are proud, and we are proud of them. And I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to take a few minutes to talk to you about why I'm proud to be a veteran. And I want to thank you again and say that I am extremely proud to be a veteran of the United States of America. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bobby Oates, and I'm a veteran. I served 23 years in the United States Air Force and retired as a Senior Master Sergeant from Aircraft Maintenance. Veterans Day is a day for us to thank all those who have served our nation. It's not a day to say thank you to the active duty because that's Armed Forces Day, and it's not a day to say thank you to those that have passed. That's how we celebrate Memorial Day. Veterans Day is a time to come and thank all our veterans who have served our nation, be they serving 1 year, 2 years, or retired after 40 years. It's a time to say thank you to those veterans. My dad was a veteran, my husband's a veteran, my father-in-law was a veteran. We all served our nation, we all raised our hand and said, I do. And now it's time for us to thank all those who have served. And that's one thing too, is you ladies out there, a lot of you don't consider yourselves veterans, but you are. You served your country, you said I do, and you are a veteran. So make sure you wear that proudly, that you are a veteran. And be sure to thank all the other veterans that have served through all the various wars. It's important because we were the ones that stood up and said I do to protect our country. So that's what Veterans Day is all about, thanking those who have served. God bless America. Thank you.
What I saw there changed my attitude about humanity. Without the veterans, you wouldn't have a country.
Hi, I am Jim Stewart, the Department Commander for the American Legion, Department of Nevada. I have been asked, what does it mean to be an American veteran? An American veteran is someone that has served in the armed forces to protect and defend our American way of life. An American veteran has the sense of obligation to respond to the call of duty. An American veteran has put themselves in harm's way for the security and defense of our nation and its citizens. An American veteran believes in America. This Veterans Day, take the opportunity to thank those who have served. When someone approaches me and says, "Thank you for your service," my response to them is, "Thank you for caring." God bless those who are still serving. God bless our first responders. God bless the citizens of our great nation. And God bless America.
So my name is Chief Warrant Officer 2, Kimberly DELAUNE. I'm currently employed at the Nevada State Veterans Home as a licensed practical nurse. I've been in the military for 23 years. I've spent 8 years in the United States Marine Corps, as well as the remainder of my time in the Nevada Army National Guard and Louisiana Army National Guard. So what Veterans Day means to me. I've wanted to be in the military ever since I was a small child, probably about second grade. And watching and observing the people that served our country was always very important to me. So as I became older, I decided to join the military as well. I look at the people that we care for here and the sacrifices that they've made and how we need to honor them and ensure that they live out their lives in the most positive and compassionate way possible by giving them the best care that we possibly can. So Veterans Day means to me is honoring those that came before me, those that gave the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives for our country. I hope that we continue here at the Nevada State Veterans Home to honor our residents and our veterans every single day and know how important they are in the history of our country and how much that they mean to us. And so to all the veterans here at the Nevada State Veterans Home, thank you so much for your service, and thank you for paving the way to allow me to serve my country the way I have for the last 23 years.
Today is the one day of the year that we celebrate those that served and gave their lives so we could be free. You've got Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, and believe it or not, the Merchant Marines. We lost over 100,000 men in one of the wars. Revolutionary War, First World War, Second World War, Korea, Vietnam, Kuwait, Iraq, and now Afghanistan. And we're losing more every day. They're fighting for our freedom. Pause for a minute if you would, and thank those people for what they did for you. I do it every day, not just one day a year. The world owes them a lot. This is the one day that we can do something for them. And it's just, I think Veterans Day is a wonderful day. Some people think it's only a day off, but I think it's a day to appreciate the freedom that we have. I thank you very much for your time.
Hello, my name is Bob Garlow. I'm Quartermaster Adjutant for VFW Post 36 here in Boulder City, but I'm also past state commander for the VFW in Nevada. Today, I was going to tell you a little bit about what Veterans Day means to me. It's a day when we are supposed to, as a nation, honor and respect those that are still serving around the world in our military. And we honor those that have served and are still alive. and that's a lot of you guys there. The 75th anniversary of World War II is happening this year, and also the 70th anniversary of the Korean War. My war was Vietnam. And we think about our friends that fought alongside of us and what they did to help us, many of them who didn't come back, who we honor on Memorial Day, were maybe the reason that we did. And, you know, I'm happy to be a veteran, and I am happy to know you guys as veterans.
Hi, this is Lee Jackson, State President for the Vietnam Veterans of America. On this Veterans Day, I would like to thank you all for your service and welcome home.
Hello, comrades. My name is Butch Beltran. I am the Veterans of Foreign Wars Commander for the Department of Nevada. I want to welcome everybody on this Veterans Day and hope you're all doing well and staying safe, defending the freedom of our country and for all those people that do not or cannot serve. Veterans Day is a wonderful day of the year. It's a great time to celebrate and give thanks to those veterans who have given their lives and who are still alive and are still defending the flag of this United States of America and our country. I want to thank all of you. I spent 8 years in the Air Force, total of 34 years in 3 branches of the military service. And I want to thank everybody for supporting me in my position as the commander, doing my best to take care of all of the veterans in the Department of Nevada, all 38 posts, 6 districts, and a little over 60,000 veterans. Thank you so much for your service, for those still active duty and for those who have done their part and have retired or got out. Whatever the situation was, you did your part, you served. There's no ending to that contract you signed defending the freedom of this country. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything from everybody, and I hope you all have a great and wonderful Veterans Day. Enjoy the family, friends, and above all, please thank a veteran for their service. Thank you.
My name is Kimberly Herrera, United States Air Force Tech Sergeant retired. And what does Veterans Day mean to me? It's a time for us to come together for a common purpose, to celebrate our service to our nation. We show our patriotism and pride by wearing our service colors, but not to forget those who have come before us. This year is the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II, the greatest generation. They were given that title because of their selfless service and sacrifice. Because of their heroism, we live in peace today, and if not for them, I believe our country would not look the way it does, and I assure my service time would have not looked the way it did. I remember as a child, my grandfather and his war buddies talking about, don't you know there's a war going on out there? At the time, I thought it was a catchphrase, but very quickly, I learned never to forget that although I was living comfortably, somebody out there was always making the sacrifice. At times, it was the ultimate sacrifice. Veterans Day is a time for me to show my Air Force pride, make a few jokes with my service members, and never forget that there's always someone who's not living as comfortably as I am. It's come full circle for my family and I. Although I am an Air Force retiree, my husband also is a Marine retiree. Our son has chose to make that sacrifice and put his country before himself, and he recently joined the United States Navy. We could not be prouder. That makes me a Blue Star mom, and I'm happier than ever. Thank you for all of those who have come before me, those who served with me, and those who are currently serving. And for that, I salute you.
Hello, Nevada. I'm Petty Officer Clayton Kent, Naval Air Station Fountain, Blue Jacket of the Quarter. And on behalf of all of my shipmates, I want to wish you a happy Veterans Day. The men and women serving at NAS Fountain are keenly aware of the many veterans that have gone before us, as well as our brothers and sisters that are currently serving at America's Armed Forces. As an 18-year-old sailor serving my country in the United States Navy, it is an honor and privilege to be part of the proud traditions that have shaped and protected our great nation. So to all of our fellow veterans here in Nevada, I wish you all a happy and safe Veterans Day. Go Navy!
My name is Gilbert Hernandez.
I'm the VFW Post 2350 Commander, also the District 2 Commander for the Veterans of Foreign Wars. What I'd like to do today is tell you what Veterans Day means to me. As some of you know, over the years I was fortunate to serve in the Marine Corps and in Vietnam in 1968. As I sit here and wonder what Veterans Day means to me, I can't help but think of all those that didn't make it back, but yet were willing to serve. And I still have friends that never went to a conflict or served in a battle of any kind, but they're still veterans. And that's one thing the American people need to understand is we're all veterans, no matter if we were combat veterans or not. And we owe our veterans a lot. As a lot of you know, we are deployed a lot of times for different places around the world. And we forget about our family members, how they feel about us being gone away from family customs like Christmas, Thanksgiving, and other things that we enjoy doing with our families. With that being said, it's always been my honor to serve in the military, and it was fortunate or not fortunate enough that I went to Vietnam and served there. But I had a lot of friends that didn't have to go to Vietnam, but also served in the military, and I'm very proud of their service because, as you know, it takes everyone pulling together to accomplish a mission. And just like during World War II, we had a lot of young men go off to war or help out in other ways here at stateside, and they're all veterans also. So we need to remember when we use the term veterans, that includes anyone that served in the military. And I'm really proud to be able to say that I was one of the fortunate ones that came back, but there's so many that didn't come back that served in the conflict. But, you know, you do your job the best you can, and the way you're trained, you improvise sometimes, but the main thing is to get the job done, and that's working together. We all have to work together to accomplish a mission. Thank you very much.
I'm Mike Musgrove. I served in the U.S. Air Force from 1968 to 1976 and am a Vietnam War veteran. I wear many hats. I'm past state commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars and have served in many state and national offices. I've been in a VFW for 50 years. I also belong to the American Legion and have for 28 years. And I belong to the DAV. I serve on the Veterans Service Commission and have since 2008, and I'm presently the Vice Chairman. Veterans Day means a lot to me as it is a time to honor all veterans, past and present. It's an opportunity for America to say thank you to those who have made the sacrifice of active duty to keep America free. Every veteran sacrifices part of their lives to serve their country. They could have stayed home safe and sound, knowing that there were soldiers, sailors, and airmen watching over their freedom, but they decided to enlist and take up the sword to defend our nation, their way of life, and all of our citizens. My father, a Navy veteran, used to tell me that he was serving so I may not have to. He saw both of his sons serve in Vietnam. Both of us thought the same thing, and then my son served in the global war on terrorism. I read an article that said that those who served early in the war in Afghanistan are now sending their sons and daughters to the same war. It's a hard thing to do, but such is the price and sacrifice that all veterans make. The nation owes our veterans a debt that can never be fully repaid. Only by taking care of them when they are injured or wounded, assisting them to re-enter civilian life, caring for their widows and orphans, and honoring each and every day all of those who have served her. There will always be patriotic men and women willing to serve our nation for the protection of our country and our citizens.
Hi, my name is Emily Jansen, General Manager of the Reno Aces, AAA affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. As a wife, sister, niece, and granddaughter of veterans, it's difficult for me to articulate just how much Veterans Day means to me. For me, it's personal. I'm filled with gratitude for my family members who volunteered to serve this country and want to extend a virtual, heartfelt, grateful handshake to all current and former military members. We are the home of the free because of the brave. Happy Veterans Day. I can't thank you enough for providing me, this community, and the game of baseball with the freedoms we so effortlessly enjoy. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bill Baumann. I chair the Veteran Service Commission for the state of Nevada proudly, and I want to tell you what freedom and what being a veteran means to me. First of all, we couldn't have the freedoms that we have in our country without all you wonderful veterans out there, men and women alike, and those that support us. Thank you so much again. The freedoms that we have today comes from those who made the ultimate sacrifices, those who were wounded and brought home scars, be they internal and external. Thank you very much. I want to go to, if I may, we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II, September the 2nd, 1945. And that was a pretty joyous occasion in our family because our family came back together with not only the war ending, but the family coming together because my mother and father both served in an ammunition plant and a bomb plant. My father also ended up serving with the Manhattan Project in Hanford, Washington. And so then I move on to the Korean announcement. When they announced Korea, I was still too young to go. I'd done all of my recycling efforts in World War II, so I knew what I was going to do. Still too young to go in the service, but I was throwing dirt up out of a hole, no backhoes, and with a shovel. And the person I was throwing them to had to get out. Get out only to face an Air Force recruiter. I think you know where this is going. Anyway, he says, "Are you interested in going to service?" I said, "Not until just now." And at that point, he told me I needed the paperwork signed. My mother told me that she wasn't going to sign the paper. I told her I was going to join the circus. She told me I wouldn't make a very good clown, but she did sign the papers, and I was on my way. I served my nation right alongside of you. Thank you.
Color Guard, Progressive, Order Arms, battle-born in the Civil War and representing the 36th state admitted to the Union, the flag of the great state of Nevada. Born on 14 June 1775 in the War of Independence with its motto, "This we'll defend," the flag of the United States Army. Born in Tun Tavern, Philadelphia, on 10 November 1775, with its motto, "Semper Fidelis," always faithful, the flag of the United States Marine Corps. Born on 13 October 1775, with one of its many mottos being Paratus et Potens, ready and able, the flag of the United States Navy. Born on 18 September 1947, but conceived in the skies over France in World War I and known for years as the Army Air Corps, with its motto, "Aim High," the flag of the United States Air Force. Born as the Revenue Cutter Service on 4 August 1790, the nation's 5th Armed Force has served in every war or campaign since inception, with its motto, Semper Paratus, always ready, the flag of the United States Coast Guard. Created in 1971 by the League of Families of American Prisoners and Missing in Southeast Asia, and officially recognized by Congress in 1972, the flag remembering our POW MIA. Supported by the Vietnam Veterans of America, this flag helps draw attention to the growing list of casualties from exposure to Agent Orange. Founded in 1978, the Vietnam Veterans of America, with its motto, helping veterans, communities, and those serving in harm's way, the Sierra Nevada chapter of the VVA was founded in 2007, and this is their flag. Authorized by General George Washington in 1782 and awarded for bravery, today it honors America's combat wounded and those killed in action, the Purple Heart flag. Color Guard, prepare to retire the colors. Right, haste. Oh, word, march.